I can't play the violin, I said, at the age of 5. I don't want to play anything. So my parents said, okay, is that what you want? And I have never regretted it in the next 75 years. My name is Clare Galambos Winter. I was born in Budapest, Hungary, in 1923. In Hungary, there were 600,000 Jews. So I was in my late teens. When the Germans walked in, they only walked into Hungary in March 1944. We kept hoping that we will be left alone, but we were not. One day, we were taken out to the railway station, and there we were put into the wagons and taken to Auschwitz. I managed to keep my violin until we were taken into the wagons, where there was a man at the gate, and he took it away from me and he said, my dear, where you are going to go, you don't need a violin. And I've never seen that violin again. We were separated from the men. The men were in one row and the women in the other. And at the end of the row, there was a German officer. He was standing there and he did this. The people whom he was doing this went that way, and the finger that went that way, that was the people like me, who was allowed to live. Those people were taken away, and of course we didn't know. They were murdered and burnt that day, including my mother and my brother. That was my wardrobe, my entire wardrobe. And that was me. 23,297. I didn't have a name. That was me. Music was so far away from me, like everything else. I mean, I could tell you on 2 hands how many times was I so near to death. But then the Americans came, and that was a wonderful moment when I suddenly realized that I will not be killed. I will actually be able to live. And I was 19 years old. Part of my family, my mother's cousin, decided that they are going to go emigrate as far away as it is possible. And it was exactly the same with me. If there would have been something on the South Pole, I would have gone to the South Pole, just to go away from the horrors. So that's how we have come to New Zealand. And then once we got here, I was told that there is a symphony orchestra that was about a year old or something. And I went and made an audition. After about 8 months or so, I got a telephone call, said, come, we've got a place for you. And I stayed for 33 years. You know how many years ago that was? That was in the 50s, so it is 60 years ago. I was really quite good looking. When I first sat down on my chair in the orchestra, I looked at the music, and it was Beethoven's 5th Symphony. And I suddenly remembered it. I knew it was the 5th Symphony. I was back in my life, that I could live, and I could carry on, and I could play in an orchestra, and life was maybe going to be good, and it was good. A very good colleague of mine, he said, well, Claire, I have got a very good violin, and I can let you have it. So I said, Eric, thank you very much, but how am I going to pay? He said, well, you can pay me every week from your money that you get. So that was the first violin that I have, and it is an Italian violin. but it was like a little girl. It was sweet and lovely to play. And then many years later, a gypsy band came to New Zealand for the first time from Hungary. And through circumstances, one of the gypsy boys offered me a violin. But this one was really a lovely one. It was a Hungarian violin made in 1860. So I said, I want this violin. This one was a boy. He said, listen to me, I have got a big sound. It was very interesting to play those two instruments. I loved them. After I retired, one day I thought, the instruments have got to be played. I'm not playing them. Well, I've given my two beloved violins to the New Zealand School of Music.
Hi,
Hello?
nice to meet you.
You are?
I'm Lydia.
You are Lydia
Harris.
Harris.
Yeah.
And you are?
Anna Morton.
A lot of pressure comes with it. You really need to sort of think that you deserve to play on this instrument, that you're a good enough player. And sometimes we doubt ourselves. And yeah, it's nice to get feedback from Clare and stuff like that, and really know that we can make a good sound on these beautiful instruments.
Years and years and years of playing music on them. Sometimes I hated you. Most of the time I loved you. And the same goes for that. No, I don't think I ever hated this one, because this one was so, it gave so easily. It was so easy to play. As I said, this is a man, but this was a girl. I'm being asked to all the concerts when my violin is being played, and I look at my babies and I think, we have lived together for so many years. But it's good. The instruments have got to be played. And I hope that the young people who are playing them are appreciative about it, because they are really my babies.